HarperCollins presents The Future-Proof Career, written and read by Isabel Berwick. To my father, Jerry, who went to a secret place called the office, I have never stopped trying to unravel its mysteries. Foreword. My desk in the Financial Times, or FT's London HQ, is piled high with new books, and they just keep coming. Books about management, books about leadership, books about feedback, productivity, how AI will transform work. Almost all of them are aimed at very specific audiences, the kinds of people who buy books about business and management. And then there are the other piles, the How to Win at Everything books, and practical guides for the LinkedIn braggers, the self-improvers, and would-be entrepreneurs who revere Elon Musk. This is not a book like that. I wrote The Future-Proof Career because I don't see many titles, whether that's on my piles at work or piled on the tables in bookshops, that deal with the reality of most people's working lives and how to make them better, forever. I wanted to write something that's rooted in the practical, infuriating, and often disappointing reality of workplaces. Why, you may ask, am I qualified to do this? Well, I've been hanging about in offices, breathing in the aircon and the low-grade resentments for 3 decades. More constructively, I've spent the last 5 years tasked with covering the workplace and the future of work, first as the FT's Work and Careers editor, and now as host of the FT Working It podcast and writer of a weekly newsletter of the same name. My day job is to offer practical advice aimed at improving our working lives, while unpicking a bit of the pomposity and jargon around HR and management trends. I wanted, above all, to write a book for those of us who rely on an employer to pay our bills and give us holiday and sick pay, we hope. We want to see work as a place where we can find career progression and fulfillment. Workplaces are the enduring backdrop to our lives, and we deserve to thrive in them. So this is a book for people of any age who want to be a bit more self-aware about how work can best fit into their lives, long term. Most of us will remain employees for our entire careers. Only about 13% of people in work in the UK are self-employed. After reading The Future-Proof Career, you may realise that the salaried life is not for you long term, and that's a fantastic and clarifying realisation to have. The really strange thing about our working life is that it often sits, semi-secretly, in parallel alongside our real lives with our friends, families, dogs, and wider communities. Sometimes I call it a shadow life. There's often a disconnect between the people we are at work, even if we are, in the fashionable jargon phrase, bringing our whole selves to work, and the rather less polished person that our old friends see. For people who don't feel comfortable or accepted in work, and that situation disproportionately affects people of colour and people with a visible or invisible disability, then that disconnect can be deeply jarring and takes a mental toll. Working life in an organisational setting can and should give something back to us. You will have grown over the course of your career in terms of confidence and skills. We too often underplay that, or don't even think about it. I hope this book will help you to think about your strengths, even the ones you haven't articulated yet. Here's my story. I've spent my working life building a credible professional self as a journalist. My FT colleagues may splutter over this, sorry all, but I think I'm quick, articulate, good at being in a team. I believe I was a thoughtful and humane manager, and brave people sometimes told me when I was failing at that. I remain too much of a people pleaser. Above all, I'm paid to be good at words. I can now write almost as fast as I can think, which is to say fluently, but sometimes a bit carelessly, as is the case for many journalists. Why then does little of this confidence translate to the self away from work? I am a loving but anxious mother, a too-absent daughter and sister, thinly spread friend, and an obstinate, emotional
Sample complete. Ready to continue?